but at least they know that they have done a lot of hard work so far and they want to keep it going and certainly not take their eye off the target. Let's find out how the conditions will behave today with Sean Pollock.
Well, it's the start of day 4 and the sun is out. It's a wonderful hot day here. A little bit of a breeze to keep the players nice and cool. But we did see yesterday that there's no doubt that when the sun comes out, this pitch tends to play a little bit better. If we go down and look at the surface, it's been well documented. The cracks that we've been talking about, they're prominent. And if the ball hits them, we've seen them misbehave. We've seen the odd one stay low. We've seen the odd one bounce up and also move sideways. So the batsman can't get away with it. But you'd expect a little bit of wear and tear on day 4 in a test match. So that's just part and parcel of playing test cricket. If we have a look at the wickets that have fallen so far in this test match, all the seamers bowling to the batsman, what we've done is we've converted it and made it to right-handers. So there's right-hand bowler to right-hand batsman. And you can see the length. The length that I'm standing on here at the moment, at 6 metres, has been the most effective length. There's no doubt about that. There's the bulk of the wickets are happening there. Then if we have a look at the boundaries that have been scored, obviously right-handed to right-hand batsman, and all the seamers involved. There's all the boundaries that have been scored so far in this test match. Now, there's a bulk of them. Anything that's been banged in short, the players have been able to deal with comfortably. There's no doubt about that. And anything that's been over-pitched, they've been able to put away as well. So those are the areas you've got to try and stay away from. And if we look at the little clump of boundaries there on the 6 metre area, if we superimpose the wickets onto that, you'll see that where the wickets have been delivered, it's in and around that 6 metres, but there are a few boundaries. So you might be saying to me, okay, well, if you're bowling on that 6 metre area, I'm still going for boundaries. What's the issue there? That's not the full story. We've done some analysis about the boundaries that have been scored in that area, and what we found out that a lot of them have been unconvincing. Here's 3 examples of exactly how unconvincing some of those boundaries in that area have been. 6 metre area, outside edge. Now the outside edge, that goes down to third man for a boundary. Inside edge on this time, that goes down to fine leg for a boundary. So that's just to show you that there's no doubt the area to hit on this pitch, with all the cracks and the variable bounce, is 6 metres from the batsman's stumps. If you hit that consistently, there's a good chance that you're going to have the number of the batsman on one of those deliveries. That's the area you've got to hit. If you go for a boundary, in usual it's going to be unlucky. So the bowlers will be focusing on that area. Yes, the sun's out, so it might be a little bit more of harder work, but with the new ball due for the South Africans, they're going to try and make that work. And when India come out to bowl, I'm sure that'll be the area they'll be targeting.
Thank you very much, Sean. So, in fact, we did see before unfortunately he left the field because of injury, Morne Morkel get quite a bit of bounce. Now, those cracks, are they bothering you at all now that the sun is out today on day 4?
What I saw about the cracks was the ball hits the crack, then it goes off, and it hits the middle of Pujara's bat about halfway up, and it races to a boundary as fast as you can. And the only crack that I see is this South African fielder running after it.
But it hasn't come into play yet, has it?
It didn't.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was as though they were playing on a different strip. Nothing happened, no ball kept low, nothing came up. The only one I remember is Dale Steyn getting out, close to his nose. But other than that, when the Indians were batting, it seemed to have miraculously, the cracks would disappear.
Divine intervention. Some would say.
It was the weather. I tried to control the weather, man.
I loved the way in the background. What I saw in the background there was Sean Pollock doing the pitch report, and I saw Alan Donald standing in the background having a good look as to say, well, tell us, I'm interested to hear where should my bowlers bowl today?
But they have got a tough task ahead of them, don't the South African bowlers? Because it was unfortunate to lose Morne Morkel to injury. That changed the complexion. We saw that situation where you hand A.B. de Villiers the ball just before you break for tea. So Graeme Smith has got a lot of thinking to do, because Arun made this point of Dale Steyn, maybe it was just an off day, but not being as threatening without his bowling partner. So what did they do today?
Well, the first thing I think Graeme Smith would want, in all seriousness now, I think he needs to be able to settle into some sort of a pattern. There hasn't been a pattern to his bowling changes because he hasn't been able to chain anybody. I think that the pitch is good and the runs are going to come. The key is going to be, can he get his bowlers to hit the ball in the areas where his fielders are? And so to simply say, listen guys, I'm going to set you an offside field with 2 slips of gully, third man, extra man on the fence, and I'm more than happy for you to bowl that line. If you're going to bowl straight, I can't help you. That's when we're going to leak runs. We're going to leak 4.5, 5 and over, like we did when Tahir's bowling. But if we're going to bowl one side of the wicket, hit that area, and we can defend that, then we can try and tie up ends and make it tough to score.
Right.
But until you do that, you can't keep hitting 2 balls off stump and then 1 too straight, and then it's a short ball, then it's too full, and that's when you start leaking runs. And I think what Graeme Smith will want from his bowlers is, guys, Give me some sort of a pattern where I can bowl 4 overs and bring on somebody else for 5, and I want you to keep it tight. We're going to bowl in partnerships, and we're going to make sure that we make Kohli and Peshawar work really hard for every single run. Whether it doesn't matter how they get them, they can get 500 if they like, but they must work for every run. I don't want any freebies of down the line, too full, too short. That's where I would be asking from the bowlers today. So I think that's his game plan.
All right, there's work to do from both sides, isn't it? I will take a quick breather here once again. More to talk about. Stay with us.
This is 10 Sports. The road to adventure is not for the faint-hearted. But Moeen is all set to take on that dangerous road on his bike.